Hello again. Here with another book review. It's titled We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. And this would be the first novel, I think, I've read by her, although I have read The Lottery, which I highly recommend as well, which is a short story, and a collection of other short stories. Um, so, oh yeah, I have it right here, actually. Yeah. Um, it's not too long of a read, but it's definitely compact with a lot of different themes, which is what I like. So yeah, it's Shirley Jackson is, um, I think, kind of working around the same time with Flannery O'Connor. I think like not direct contemporaries, but like I would say like maybe early 1900s generally. I'm not sure if she was born in the 20s, and then like kind of up until like maybe late 1990s, early 2000s, I think. But yeah, it definitely reminds me a bit of a Flannery O'Connor. It's a bit of that Southern Gothic type, or just Gothic in general style. Um, and yeah, things are definitely like there's a heightened surrealism to this. But yeah, so it's about a family named the Blackwoods, and they live in this really large, vast house on these. Well, it's maybe not like a huge house, but like definitely the grounds they live on is um, very open, wide, and they have a lot of land basically, and it's told from the point of view. This is what I love probably most of all, by a young girl. I think she's supposed to be 18. I think um, Mary Cat, um, Mary Cat, like all one name. I think I think M. I think it's spelled Merricat in the novel. And basically, yeah, she lives in this house with her other sibling, Constance, who's like in her late 20s, and their uncle Julian, who is poisoned by this arsenic in the past, and it's not quite explained because you get less unreliable narrative device used up throughout the whole entire thing because it's told from the point of view of Merricat, so not everything you get is going to be like, the way things happened for real, which is what I love, and it's very smart. And so this Uncle Julian is, without taking too much away, um, he's basically he's wheelchair bound because of the poison arsenic. He's kind of going crazy, and he keeps going over and over and over again, like the details of what happened, like obsessively, just writing this memoir, and just like keeps reliving the bad moments when he was first poisoned, and he's like barely rests, and he's like engaged in this, you know, and it becomes like an idiot fix of his. And so yeah, basically, there's a lot of different things that happen in a short amount of time. Basically, the gist of where they live is like uh, in a rural area that's like cut off from a village, and it's never really described where the village is. Obviously, it's kind of like a detached universe, kind of in the way that Kafka wrote, especially if you think about like in the penal colony or something like that, where it's like then they went to the penal colony. It's like, well, where's the penal colony? Is this something like that? It's like no, it just kind of alludes to it. Um, but the what we do know is this village is separated by you basically have to like take a I'm not sure if there's like a ferry, not like a ferry, but there's definitely like some route you have to take. You have to like people go into the every once in a while Mary Cat might go into the village where she'll like do laundry or get like groceries and food and other staples that they would need. And basically, um, she gets ridiculed when she's out there because like the villagers kind of think very poorly about the Blackwoods for kind of unspecified reasons throughout the book. But that becomes very quite obvious later on. And yeah, basically she goes out and she there's other groups of children that kind of taunt her, and they're basically you get this sense that like the rural Blackwood family, they're out in the boonies. They're like less sophisticated. They're not, And then this village is like they might be sophisticated. They might be civilized by all appearances, but there's also this underlying kind of holier than thou type of thing I've noticed. So it's an interesting type of like I don't know if you call it dialectic maybe. But no, it's what I love about this. And yeah, there's also she does like a thing called like sympathetic magic, I think, where she mimics Meerkat does this, and she does that to kind of like impress her family. And so yeah, she's basically there was basically this time when basically the villagers, whenever they see Meerkat, they recite this like old song, like this kind of like kind of uh, rhyme scheme that goes like something to something about Mary Cat poisoning people, and the whole entire time, like what I love about it is that it's told from the point of view that Mary Cat is innocent because she's obviously the narrator, so you're kind of like rooting for her, right? But throughout the whole entire thing, there's so many different things and other hints and cues that not even she can get away from, in her own point of view. So you're kind of diverging from one thing to the other, and you're like, wait, who should I trust? And then by the end of the novel, you kind of like, okay, yeah, which I don't want to give away because I probably won't do justice explaining, but there is a climactic moment where the villagers kind of get revenge on them on the Blackwoods, and well, I'm explaining anyway. Okay, and they kind of like infiltrate their home, and basically why it's called we've always lived in the castle is um, when they start tearing apart the home, like they tear off the tops of it, makes it like resemble turrets. So that's why they Merrycat and Blackwood, they both have a very almost like a childish view of the world, like a kind of stolted, because they're so sequestered from society, they're so cloistered from society that they see it. Even this very tragic moment, they kind of just see as like, oh, it's like a castle, and that's kind of just kind of like very an intriguing type of uh, way of describing it. Really, if you think about it, it's and you get the sense that even though Mary Cat, you actually have a lot of reasons to kind of like she did something very ugly. She used arsenic to poison like her own family, and even though that happens, like you kind of you're given like every reason like not to. She's like, I mean, she does things like she's protective of her family. She's very loyal. And it's like I don't know, like you don't get the sense that she's like a villain per se, but there's definitely something like kind of um, and that's like something that Shirley Jackson also explores in the lottery too. Is that these weird rituals that and I like to get into that more so, and also maybe I'll do like a short series of short stories, maybe like Flannery O'Connor's A Good Man Is Hard to Find, too, like just something where it's like when a short story really hits hard, like the nail on the head, in my kind of opinion. And it's yeah, like I said in the lottery, it's like this weird ritual thing that's carried out so blasé, but like it's done to be it's almost done as if it's like a classroom type. Oh, it's a little cute adorable town ritual, and then it's like, oh, they're all killing each other. Like that's what I get, this kind of a same vibe throughout this novel. um so yeah, definitely recommend We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I think this came out um actually I have it written down, 1962. So yeah, definitely good stuff. Yeah, thank you for watching.